Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys all good today. Now, Arsenal women beat Liverpool women yesterday and never had a chance to do a match reaction as the men's teams were playing, and yeah, I had to do a lot of content, so I wanted to come on here today, talk to you guys about the game. To those that did watch it, or to those that haven't watched it, you're more than welcome to still join me today. So I appreciate anyone that'll be watching this today. I hope you guys all keeping well. Obviously they do content yesterday on the men's team, so thank you to those that watched that then, and appreciate everyone that'll be here today. And make sure you guys are liking, subscribing as well if you're new around here. So yeah, I will get into it. I'll wait till a few of you guys have joined, so I will give it a minute or two. But yeah, big up to you guys. Being live the other day. Thank you to anyone that watched my live stream then. But yeah, appreciate anyone that's watching this right now. So honestly, this season for Arsenal women, I have spoken about it a few times. It's been quite a tough season. I think we've had many setbacks. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. I think anyone would admit that for sure. So I'm really happy we got the job done. Like, we had to get the job done. Those 3 points were the most important thing in that game yesterday. I know we waited right until the end, but honestly, getting the job done is the most important thing, and I'm just really happy that we were able to do that yesterday. But talking on the lineup, I will go through the lineup as well, because we did see a lot of changes, and we were picking up a lot of injuries at the moment, which isn't ideal. But I'm going to go through that. I will share my screen and do that now, and talk about the lineup first. I want to just go through that first, so bear with me, guys, for one moment. But big up to you guys. I'll happily answer any questions you guys have for me today. I'm just going to have a look at the lineup and talk to you guys about it, because that is where I'll start today. But big up to yourself. Good to see you here. I hope you're well. Big up United underscore fan, who says big up Soph, hope you're well. Yes, I'm doing good, other than the men's team, who did really frustrate me yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, I was so upset about that defeat, but I'm all good. I hope you're good. Good to see you here today. I hope you're well. So yeah, let me just try and share my screen, guys, in a moment. I want to go through the lineup and talk about it, because obviously we know Chloe Kelly's injured. We're picking up a lot of injuries, so yeah, I mean, but Anik Bob stepped in yesterday in goal, because we've obviously got Zinsberger's done her ACL, definitely won't be available for a little while. So I think in January we are going to have to make quite a few changes in the team. We are going to have to bring in some players. I think we're definitely going to have to bring in a goalkeeper, because we honestly have just got Anik, and we don't know how good she can be. I mean, we've got a big winter games coming up. I don't know when Daphne will be back. But lineup wise, honestly, it was really good to see a lot of these players come back in the team. So the starting lineup against Liverpool was obviously Anik Bob, Emily Fox, Ruben Moy, Steph Catley, Taylor Hines, Cooney Cross, Carl Dante, Marno, Mead, Smith Russo. As I mentioned, we have some injuries in the team. We've obviously got Chloe Kelly, who is injured, so that is obviously a little bit worrying, because she would have thrived in a big game like this. I think we need her for a game like this. But listen, we did pretty good at creating them chances. It was just finishing the chances that, again, we're struggling with. On the bench, Leah Williamson was on the bench. So I'm really hoping that she is going to come back and we're going to see more of her, because Leah is literally the heart of this team. We really miss Leah. So yeah, she's going to be missed. Kim Little came in. Good to see Kim Little back. I know Kim Little has injuries that she will pick up, because she is getting older. So it was really good to see her back in the team for this one. On the bench, we obviously have we had Blackstenius, we had Nice Wonga, who I don't really think is ever going to get much game time, unfortunately. Caitlin Ford came on, and it was good to see her come on. With that lineup, I wasn't too surprised, if I'm being honest, because I think Beth Mead was doing good as well. I'm really happy Olivia Smith started because I think she should be starting. We know how good she is, and she got a great goal, which I'm going to go into, and that really showed. So yeah, lengthwise, like I was overall happy with it. I think we've got some good players on the bench that we can bring back, but unfortunately, we are picking up a few injuries. I do wonder when we're going to see Leah Williamson back in the team. I don't think Rennie would rush her back, which is very sensible. I think we'll probably ease her back in the team. So I'm really excited to see her come back into the team. So yeah, like I said, guys, the lineup I was really, really happy with. I don't think I could have faulted that because at the end of the day, we've got injuries, so we can't really do much about that. I think if we didn't have injuries, I would have liked Chloe Kelly to start. I think the midfield is pretty good at the moment, so I feel like what Reddy's going for with Cooney Cross. I do think, however, that Caldente is playing more of a deeper role this season, and she's probably struggling a little bit. So that would be my only bit of criticism, but it was a good lineup. So yeah, obviously going into the game, we scored. Olivia Smith scored an absolutely incredible goal. Olivia Smith has been probably the best signing this season. She is honestly so good. And obviously playing against her former team Liverpool, I was interested to see how she would do because she'll always love Liverpool and I respect that. But she showed up in that game. That goal was incredible. So really, really happy to see her get on the score sheet. And even though it was against her old team, she didn't let that stop her. So Olivia Smith honestly is definitely a starter in this team, and I feel like she really deserves to start any game she can. Like I know there'll be times where she gets a rest and you see other players like Ford get a chance, but I do really think she is the heart of in our attack. She really does make a difference. I feel like her and Chloe Kelly together would be amazing together. So yeah, really interested to see how she'll do for the rest of the season. But yeah, Olivia Smith's so young as well. It's crazy to see how young Olivia Smith is and what a great talent she is. Big up to you guys. Big up to yourself. Big up to Matt. Yes, Stina. We're going to talk about Stina. Big up to Josh. Actually, a similar question here. I'll give you guys my thoughts on the game as well. So yeah, I think for me, honestly, I watched most of the game. Obviously, I think I missed the last sort of 5-10 minutes of the game. Because I was watching the men's one, but yeah, I think if I'm being honest, our performance was really good. They scored, and I feel it's like that really troubled us. It's like the first goal was really good from Olivia Smith, and I felt like we deserved to be 1-0 up. I'd say we were good, but when they scored, I felt like it was really difficult for us to get back in the game. I think we have a lot of possession, but we are lacking that end product, unfortunately. I think it took us a long time to get a goal. I think it was a very difficult game. Like no game's ever going to be easy. I'll be honest, I don't think our performance was particularly great. Renee spoke about it herself, and she said herself that she wasn't happy with the performance, and I agree with her. I think she's got every right to say that. I don't think it was our best performance, and we should be doing better. Yes, we got the 3 points, and we can be happy, but I just think we have to be performing so much better. And if I'm being honest, I don't know why we're not doing better. With the team at the moment, it's really interesting. Like I do think if Leah was in this team, we'd do better, absolutely. But I don't know what's going on this season. We just don't seem to be doing better. We seem just we're just. I think we struggle with being consistent, and I think that's really showing. But we had to get those 3 points. I was watching a bit of the game and it was 1-1. I thought, is this going to end the draw? Liverpool have actually won a game this season. Liverpool are also struggling, so I was worried that we weren't going to win that. But Stina came to rescue us. I mean, she missed a few chances before that, but as long as you get a result, I think the results for Arsenal at the moment are the most important thing. We just have to get over the line. So, yeah, like I said, wasn't our best. I think with Liverpool's goal, we gave that away in a bad position. We could have defended that better. Could the goalkeeper have done it better? I think so. I think I'm not going to be too hard on Anik because it's her first debut for Arsenal. It's her first appearance. I don't think she was bad. I think she made a few errors, but overall, I think defensively could have done better there probably. But yeah, it was frustrating to concede because I felt we were doing okay up until that point. Um, we didn't play well until the last 10 minutes when Steed and Ford came on. Yeah, and it's annoying that it take us that long to kind of wake up and actually do better. But it is annoying. I think I've said this so many times, and you guys have probably said it as well. But I think Renee just needs to know her strongest 11, and maybe she doesn't know that right now. With at the moment we are facing injuries, so I feel like if our players were fit and if they were available, I'd probably go with Russo up top. Um, it's so tough. I'd probably go with Kelly and Olivia Smith. The midfield we've got now, I'd probably stay with. Obviously, Kim Little. I'd probably probably go with maybe Marnham Little, Cardente, and then the back four. It's really interesting the back four actually, guys, because Taylor Hines has done such a great job. She's actually starting a lot. McCabe's been quite defensively poor this season, but going forward she is quite strong. So, but yeah, I think we know Dom Slar's our best goalkeeper, and then back four, Emily Fox, Steph Catley-Leah, and then obviously Taylor Hines or Kate McCabe. I don't know at the moment. I feel like Taylor Hines has done a great job, so I feel like Renee just needs to know her best forward line as well, best midfield. But I do think we're going to make a lot of changes in this January window. Be honest with you, we have to because the midfield struggling. I think we need a defender. We need a goalkeeper. So I'm hoping that she'll get the back in January and she'll get the support because we do need to make quite a few changes in that window. So we'll have to see what happens, guys. But yeah, it wasn't the best. I'm just so disappointed in the season. This is the first time I wasn't bothered missing the women's game. Yeah, it's difficult because I think going into this game, maybe if you've asked me when we're doing our best, we should be winning this one quite comfortably, but we just didn't. We weren't good at all. And I just felt we were going to perform how we did. I think we're struggling this season, aren't we? I think we should have maybe added more depth in the squad with midfield. With obviously a defender. I think if we brought in a defender, we'd probably be in a lot better place than what we are. We are conceded a lot. I think a lot of players have lacked confidence this season. I think that Damslar went through a period where she struggled. I think it happens to football, but I just hope we can win something this season. I think we know the league's done now, and obviously Chelsea women lost today, so I think Man City are probably going to win the league. But we just have to now aim for the Champions League spot and see how we can do the Champions League. And then, like I said to people, if we could win an FA Cup, a League Cup, it would be great. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see how she does. But yeah, we've got a long season. But I just hope Rennie can turn it around. I think people are giving Rennie a lot of criticism, but I do think the players have to step up as well. And I think we should have brought in more players in the summer window. I think it's difficult when you've won the Champions League. I was surprised for starters that we won the Champions League. No one expected us to do it. And I feel like we kind of thought maybe this is it. We don't need to make as many players to come in. But I think when you win a Champions League, that's when you've got to make the most signings because you want to continue playing at that level. And we lost a few players. I think Leah Volti was probably a big loss because, we know she's been here for a while, and I was okay for leaving, but we never replaced her. So I think that's another issue. Yeah, I think we just have to get over this time, and January we just have to make some big signings. It's really difficult as well because at the moment Chloe Kelly has come back this season. She played a lot in the Euros, and I get that, and so does Leo, and they're both injured. But I just think Chloe Kelly has picked up a lot of injuries. I don't think we can rely on her as much this season. So I do feel like we need to make a lot of signings. I'm not gonna lie. But let me know, guys, which players you'd like to bring in January. I hope we do. Like I said, I hope Rennie gets the back in. She really deserves. I'm not sure about her getting support because I want to know who exactly is giving her support. I don't trust that person. Big up to Amin says, hold that. Yeah, we really... Listen, the men's team are struggling, but we did good. We got the win. I was hoping the men's team would really get the win. Yes, this is a good point actually. Sorry, let me come back to this. sorry, triggering. Let me just can't believe they both the men and women's team clash at the same time. This honestly, I've got to talk about this first. I'll come back to your comments, but that really was like so frustrating, guys. Like I was trying to watch the women's team, the men's team at the same time. It's so annoying. Like, and also yesterday at the Emirates, the women actually got the attendance of 35,000, 34,000, and that's really good. But why are they playing at the same time? Can like the women's team, can one of them play later? Because I just feel like for me, it doesn't help the women's game grow at all if the men's playing at the same time, because a lot of people watch the men's over the women's. I was kind of watching both, if I'm being honest. It's quite hard to multitask and do that, but I do agree. I don't think that's good for women's football. I think it doesn't help it at all. So yeah, I don't mind them playing on the same day. Just please, guys, I hate it playing at the same time. It's so difficult to manage, honestly. Arsenal is full of injuries. Yes, honestly, I feel like I need an international break now from them. But yeah, the women's team's back in action. We play in the Champions League again next week on Tuesday. So yeah, I'm interested to see if Arsenal women can we go on a good run now, because we need to. Ultimately, we need to, and I think if we could end this year in December on a really good note, then that'd be great. We struggled, and if we can just maybe bring some players in January, go on a good run now, that'd be exactly what we need. I understand Rennie's criticism, but honestly, those players aren't good enough. Yes, she's got things wrong, but only so much she can do with the lack of quality. That's so true. I feel like, yeah, like you said, Rennie is responsible for things, but at the same time, like the players are on the pitch. If you know, if Russo, if Blackstenius missed their chances, that isn't on Rennie. That's on them for not finishing their chances. But I do think I think this season's really shown how much we need to recruit. We've had players here at the club that have been here for a long time, and we have to be ruthless. I mean, I don't know which players exactly it is, but there's a lot of players, and their contract ends in the season. So I think we've got to think to ourselves, can we get a player better in that position? We're going to have to think about what we're going to do, because if we want to be successful, win the leagues, we do have to be ruthless. And I think Reddy's got a big job on her hands. I think she deserves time, because I think she's done such a great job at winning the Champions League of us and helping us last season, but she definitely has to get it right in these windows. But she has to get the backing as well. It's not all on Rennie. You know, she has to get the right support. And if she doesn't, then that's a real shame for her. So hopefully she will get the right support. Most of our games have been early kickoff. Yeah, I do think I do think the schedules have been quite annoying. I mean, that's been a lot of 12 kickoffs. Would it be nice to have some later kickoffs? But yeah, it's harder for people to go to games at 12. It's a bit frustrating. So yeah, but you know what, the attendances this season actually have been quite good. When I've been looking at it, I think they've been not bad at all. So that's definitely another good thing. But yeah, we are in the Champions League. We're back. I don't know too much about them, but they are second in the league, so I think they're going to be a tough team to play against. You know, playing them next week, the women's team, that's going to be a tough test. It's never easy, is it, playing against them? And the Champions League, we need to really pick up these wins, because I think we've only won 1 or 2 games, so we need to really build up that table. Yesterday's fixture was disgrace. Arsenal men should have played today, and it was so frustrating for me to see both. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of people have really complained about that, and I get it. It's not ideal, is it? Playing at the same time, it's just, again, for the women's perspective, it's not helping the game grow for them. So I feel like it should have been at a different time or a different day for one of them. I'm frustrated because I said all summer, but fans got too excited after the Champions League win. It's a shame people had to learn the hard way. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you've won a trophy, whether it's the men's when they won the FA Cup, the women's with the Champions League, when you do win stuff, you can't stop. You have to keep building, because you know what? Every team gets better every year. The team you had last year might not be good enough for the team this year. You've always got to keep getting better and keep improving. And I know, Josh, you've been quite vocal about bringing a midfielder in, a defender in, so I feel like I feel like we could have done more in that sense. I don't know. I don't really know if Rennie gets the back in. Rennie might have said, "I want a midfielder. I want a defender," and maybe she wasn't allowed. Maybe we shouldn't have the money. I don't know. We don't know these things, but all we can focus on now is what we're gonna do in the January window, because I do think we'll definitely get a goalkeeper. I've seen people sort of suggest that. I do think we need a goalkeeper. I mean, Sinsberg has done her ACL, which is a shame, but I do feel as though we need a strong backup as a 7. Sorry, as number 2. I don't really know what the club Renee feel about Anik Bob. I think she was okay yesterday. I think she had a mistake where she went out and she made that could have ended badly. She could have done better on the goal, but overall she grew into the game. So I don't know if Anik Bob's going to be our second choice for now, or we're going to have to bring someone else in and she'll be the third choice. I really don't know what we're going to do, but we have to bring in a goalkeeper. Midfield, we know that's been a big issue all season. Defensively as well. So yeah, I'm interested to see how we're going to do. Yeah, she is. I don't know what is Australian's. I think Arsenal said that she won't be available for this block, so I'm suggesting that I assume she won't be back till January time, possibly, or not for a while, unfortunately. What's your take on the Mo Salah bomber? Yeah, that was surprising to me, to be honest with you. I think, if I'm being honest, Mo Salah hasn't been playing because he hasn't been good enough to play. Like, he's a fantastic player, Mo Salah. Like, he's incredible. Definitely a legend for Liverpool, but I think you have to earn your right to play. Just because you were good in the past doesn't mean you should be playing every game. It's like we had a problem with Aubameyang. He was our captain, so it makes it a bit different. But I think you have to earn your right to start. You shouldn't just start because of what you've achieved or what you've done. I think you have to work hard to get in the team. And I think with Mo Salah, I think he's not really done enough to get in the team to start week in, week out. And you have to give other players a chance as well. It's difficult. It puts the club and the manager in a very awkward position, doesn't it? And the players as well. The players will have seen that and would have felt a bit awkward because they obviously love Salah, but they're here to play for Liverpool. So I think it's awkward. I don't know what I think, really. I think he's got every right to say how he feels, but it does look a bit unprofessional. I think he's frustrated, and I saw him sat on the bench against the game. I watched the game against Leeds, and I could see he wouldn't be happy being on the bench. So I do understand it from that perspective. Like, Mo Salah is good enough to start, but if we're talking about lately, he just hasn't been good enough. He just hasn't done enough. He's getting older. He's gonna not be as. I think as you get older, you're not going to be as fast or as good as you used to be. But he's still a decent player. But you look at it now. What does Mo Salah do? Does he go? Does he stay and turn it around? I think what he said is so important. He said that he was promised certain things. So I feel like if you promised a certain amount of game time, then you shouldn't promise someone that if you're not going to do it. So I get why he would be upset by that, and I get why he's upset. I do get that, but I do think that Arne hasn't played him because he hasn't been good enough recently, and I think that's fair enough. It's like, if we've got players at Arsenal that, if, say, Gabriel Magalhaes wasn't doing great and we know he's been amazing for us, if he's not good enough, he shouldn't be starting. So it's difficult, isn't it? Because we know how good Mo Salah is, but I think you got to think about the situation, what happens next. And I don't know, Arne Slot's probably under a bit of pressure now, so I don't know what they do from here. It's going to be really interesting. I just want to come back. I'll answer the Mo Salah questions and I'll come back to your other comment, Josh. Very uncharacteristic comments from Salah. Surely he leaves. Yeah, I don't know. It's so difficult. I mean, when we had that thing with Aubameyang, I didn't think he would come back from that, and then in the end he didn't. He left, but do you know what? I'd be really sad if Mo Salah left this way because he is a legend and he's got the love from the fans. So I don't know. I think fans are will be have to take sides now. Who do you go for? Who do you be behind? Arne or Mo Salah? One is leaving. Who do you predict? if it was me and I had to pick, I don't think Arne Slot is doing good this season. Um, that is a tough one. I think they're going to back Arne Slot. I think Arne Slot won last season. Do you know what I will say? Arne Slot did great last season, but look at the squad he had. He had a really good squad. So I feel like this season he's struggling because he's got a lot of different players. He's got to figure that out. So I think Arne Slot will stay. I think Marcelo could be leaving. And if Marcelo's been in Liverpool a while, I would understand if he did leave, but I don't really know when Salah's contract comes to an end, really. But it could be either of them. I don't actually know who could leave. Honestly, it's so difficult. Good to see you, Cooper. Just give me, guys, one moment. I just need to get my laptop charger and put it on charge. I'll be back in 2 moments. Hey guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for waiting. I do apologise. I have got the cold as well, being hit with the flu again. So I do apologise if I don't sound my best. Seems like our season will be like the men's 24-25 when everyone expects us to win the league, but Liverpool won. It seems like City will win it and it's going to hit hard. Yeah, it will hit hard. Really will. We just have to. Gary Neville said Rooney had similar thing, but he stayed. Yeah, it's difficult. It's hard because he's publicly spoken about it. That's the problem. Like, do you come back from this after you've? I think if you've publicly spoken about something, like I don't know how you do come back from it. Um, it's awkward. But Arne Slot won't be happy with that at all. It's hard to know what they're actually thinking because I see so much stuff on the internet and I always think to myself, what is true, what isn't true. So it is a tough situation. I think a lot goes on behind the scenes we will not ever see or know about. But I do think it's interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, obviously, big up to you guys. I have nearly been on here for half an hour, but I will probably stay on here for a little bit longer. Make sure you guys are liking this video if you haven't already, and make sure you guys smash the like button too and subscribe. You all of that stuff. And if you guys have got any questions for me, do make sure you send them in. And yeah, obviously we've got a big week ahead. The men and women's team are playing a lot of football. So yeah, I'll be back next week. Yeah, that surprised me. Everton women beat Chelsea women. I think Chelsea women have actually, pardon me, have actually had quite a few injuries lately. I think, but I think they're struggling too. I think Man City women have definitely won the league, which it sucks to hear, but I'd rather them win it than Chelsea, so it is better than nothing. So yeah, they're doing good. It's been interesting to see how other teams are getting on the season, but a really good win for Everton women. Obviously with the table at the moment, let me just have a look at where. Let's just see where the WSL table, if I can just share this. So let's have a look, guys. Let me just try and share my screen. Okay, let me just see if this actually shares. Yeah, so obviously, hope you guys can see it's okay. This is obviously the WSL table at the moment. So we're currently 4th, 19 points. Tottenham are honestly on level with us, which is quite annoying. Obviously, to those that are interested, that's Liverpool at the bottom. Liverpool have really struggled this season. But yeah, so we have to really aim for that top 3 spot. It's just what we've got to do. We just have to. That's going to be our focus. I mean, I'd rather us go for the league, but we're on 19 points. Man City on 27. That is a big difference. Chelsea, 21 points are quite behind Man City, but it's not impossible for them. They could try and catch them up. Man United 20th. We just gotta get that top 3 spot. That's ultimately what we've got to do. That has to be our goal, really. Unfortunately, that's just gotta be what we've got to go for. But that is just want to show you guys the WSL league table, and those are interested about where we are as well. Chelsea women have been poor. Yeah, I think Chelsea have been bad, but they've got good results. So I think this season they might be struggling a little bit with that. Um, well, again, it was Chelsea at the crossbar 5 times. I never got to watch it, but I'm just glad they lost. Like, I'm glad their unbeaten streak has come to an end. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody was consistent to give them trouble. City have got this. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think it's hard, it's so difficult. Consistency is so important in the league, but it's so difficult. I feel like we've just got to hope that Chelsea don't do it. I don't think we're there. I think the league table shows you we're just not ready to compete with City this season. I think if we'd have brought maybe a midfielder, a defender in the summer, things could have been better for us. But we're not ready, and we just have to have a big summer ahead. But we can still win something this season. There's no guarantee we'll win the Champions League again last season, but we can go for something and win it. So let's just hope we do, guys. I really hope we can get over the line. Good comment here, actually. What do you think about the Athletic article talking about the dressing room issues, squad dynamics, and issues? I didn't read a lot of it, but I have heard a bit of what they've said. One, it's difficult to comment on it because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, we just don't know how the dressing room is. The thing is, I don't think we have an issue with dressing room. I don't think that's an issue. I do think that the team are together. We're just struggling. We just have players that maybe can't do as good as what we need them to be. We've got players that just aren't good enough at this level. And to be consistent, you have to be, really good. So I don't think there's probably an issue in the dressing room. I think we've got a lot of leaders. You've got players like McCabe, who's a big leader. You've got Camille, you've got Leah, you've got so many leaders. I mean, Steph Catley's been having the armband lately, so definitely interesting to see that comment. Yeah, I don't know really. I think if being honest, like Rene's only been here for a little while, so I feel like I don't know if she's getting the support. We just don't know. Um, I just think we're struggling because of the summer we had, and I don't think we've done enough now. I think we've had injuries. I think Rene's made a mistake, so I don't think there's big issues. I don't think that she's lost the dressing room or anything. I just think that I think I need to give her a bit of time. I definitely agree at the board level because I don't see any direction of leadership. Yeah, I do agree with that. I think the problem is probably bigger than Rene, if I'm being honest. I think City took advantage of playing without Europe. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Chelsea, United, and us are playing Champions League football, and this is not an excuse to say that, but Man City aren't, so they will have more of a rest. Um, yeah, I do think Rennie deserves a backing. I think people when I've done videos have said Rennie out, and you're entitled to your opinion, but I do feel like she needs a bit of time. I think if she could win us an FA Cup, we could finish third. I would be okay with that. I think we just need to be more consistent next season, bring in the right players, maybe move some players on. We've had a lot of these players for a long time, and when you think to ourselves, these players gonna get us to that next level. Interesting, but I want to just go through the schedule that we've got coming up, because we have got quite a lot of. So let me just share my screen. Actually, if I can do that again, and make sure, guys, you do drop your comments in, as I will probably end this in about 10 minutes time. So yeah, I just want to go through this actually, because we have got some interesting fixtures coming up. So yeah, obviously we do play Everton soon as well. So we've got 20 on Tuesday. I don't know how we're going to do in that, but we need to make sure we get a win. Obviously we've got Everton. Everton have definitely improved this season, but we should win that. So I don't know too much about this team, being honest with you. I will pretty much say that. So yeah, we've got a few winnable fixtures in this month, and I think we can do it. But we just have to hope we can just have no more injuries. And I don't really know when Chloe Kelly's back either, so we'll have to see. But I think so far we just have to practice our shooting because we definitely struggle with that. and Lee Williamson's back in the team, so I'm sure she'll be getting more appearances, and hopefully January time we will do a lot better then. But yeah, this is pretty much the schedule for our next few games. I think I think if we're being honest, we do have a much easier block. I think those are winnable games. Like I can't complain about that at all. So there's no excuses for me. We do have to win. I think the Champions League, we do have to take that seriously because we know the league's done. The league's been done for a little while now, but we have to. If we could go far in Champions League, that'd be amazing as well. We've won a trophy in the last 3 years. I think she'll be okay if she continues that streak. Yeah, definitely. We should win every game. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely should. I just want to see if there's the full match schedule here. So obviously this is pretty much December. So, after New Year, I won't talk about that. I'll just talk about December because that's what we've got now. So we've got quite a winnable month. Like Crystal Palace in the League Cup quarter final. That should be quite winnable for me. We should be able to win that. I know we've got a big game against United. Hopefully with the Emirates on the 10th of Jan. Another 12 kickoff. I mean, a lot of these kickoffs, you can see how early they are. It's a bit frustrating, but I think we have a lot of winnable fixtures, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping that we can really do this. But that is the fixtures we have. Hopefully, we will go over the line in that. Yeah, the Everton game won't be easy. I think I don't know how we're going to do in that. I mean, Everton have definitely improved defensively. They're a very strong side, so it'll be interesting to see how we do. Yeah, it is. There's the kickoff times. It's crazy. So yeah, obviously that's our fixture list. I will be doing match previews, reviews throughout the week. As both the men and women's team are playing, so I will be doing that. Honestly, it's crazy. Look, before I end this in a minute, but look, you look how many early kickoffs there are. 1, 2, 3. It's just ridiculous. Like, I'd rather us play it like a later time, but it is what it is. Nothing much we can do about it. But people have complained, and people have every right to complain because I feel like it's a pretty ridiculous thing. But thank you for watching, guys. I have enjoyed chatting with you all tonight. Yeah, and same time, which makes it worse. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining my show tonight. I have enjoyed chatting with you guys, so thank you all so much. Like I said, I'll be back in a week to do some more content, so do join me then. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all have enjoyed my video. Make sure you guys are liking this video if you haven't already. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I will see you all soon. Hope you'll have a great night, guys, and I'll speak to you very soon.